So I got my metal detecting corner, I guess I'll call it, in my garage. Got my Equinox that I use all the time, the Excalibur I used to use all the time, my kid's little Coinmaster. But the Equinox, I travel so darn much. I'm always paranoid that something's going to happen. Either, if I get off an airplane, they lose my bag, or throw it too hard and break something. Or in Los Angeles, there's some sketchy areas out there. I don't like keeping it in the car. So there's a solution. I went and picked me up a Vanquish. It's not the Pro Pack. It only has a 12-inch coil. It doesn't come with the 8, and it doesn't have the wireless headphones. But the wireless from the Equinox will work just fine, and I don't really need an 8-inch coil for the beach detecting that I typically do. When I do go back to Virginia, I'll just use a 12-inch coil and see how it goes. My local guy finally got some in stock, so went over and picked it up, and I'm excited. So let's take a look. Rechargeable batteries, and we got a battery charger. Man, all these things are packed so tight. It's got a nice little protector because it's not waterproof. The coil is, but the unit is not. Wired headphones. I'm going to get all this assembled and see what we got. Actually, let me make sure there's a coil in. Yep, there's a coil in there. So I'm excited. This will be my travel machine, and I'll get out there and do a test with this as well and see how it does. Alright, so I got it all assembled. Pretty simple unit. I mean, I'll use my wireless from my Equinox, but it's got a nice cover that comes with it, and very lightweight. It's got these quick release flips to adjust either the arm cuff or the lower shaft. But this will break down nicely and fit in luggage, and I'm excited. I got the batteries charging up now, and we'll give it a try once the batteries are charged up. Alright, I was about to go to bed, but I'm pretty excited about this machine and getting out and trying it, and I'm going to be working in Vegas next week, and I don't detect in Vegas, so I'm not sure I was able to get out this weekend, so I decided, you know what, I'm going detecting. So I came to La Jolla. It's only about, I'm kind of a nerd. I timed it 17 minutes. Set the cruise and got down here in 17 minutes. So here I am in La Jolla. I don't have high expectations. This beach is over hunted. I mean, there's a ton of people out here, usually every day. I come here more in the summertime. But anyway, it's close, and I can try out this machine, see how it does. Vanquish 540. All I've done is kind of turned it on and messed with some settings. You've got a backlighting you can turn on and off. You just power it on. You have a few different modes, which is, that's Bluetooth. That's the light. Here's the modes. You have jewelry. Not quite sure what that one is. Coins, relics, jewelry, and I forget what the fourth one is. But the jewelry is going to give me everything over 0 to 40. Similar to the Equinox. So if I wanted to bring in the negatives, I can just hit the horseshoe, which brings in all metals, and I can hear that as well. So otherwise, the differences are the sensitivity. On the Equinox, you set it and it goes up to 25, and you can bring it down or up. This one just has this wheel. And I'm going to bring this as high as I can without getting feedback, because the higher sensitivity you have, the more depth that you have. Typically, when you bring your sensitivity down, you're losing depth as well. So anytime with any machine you're out detecting, you want to try and keep your sensitivity as high as you can without getting the feedback. So let's see how we do. Like I said, I don't have high expectations. Hopefully I find something cool, but if not, it's expected. I just want to give this a whirl and see how things sound. Let's see what we can find. My first pretty steady target, 16, 17. One difference in this machine, you press and hold the pinpoint. I dug a target before this and I didn't start the video because it was all over the place and it sounded terrible. And it turned out being a Canadian quarter. But otherwise, it's been kind of quiet. This machine's very stable. I got a 2022. Very stable in the wet sand and in the surf. You can see the edge of a penny. So, reads very similar to the Equinox. This was a 2022. That's a penny. So, let's see what else we can come up with. Another one reading up, hanging up more towards 20. Another thing with this machine, I like a threshold, that idle sound, basically, the buzzing when you're detecting. Maybe because I'm just used to the Excalibur over the years. But the Equinox, you can set your threshold, and this one doesn't have it. It's just quiet until you hit something, which is kind of nice. It's just a simplistic version of the Equinox as far as I can tell so far. It's a pretty slick machine. I think this is probably a penny. Let's see how we do. Yep, it's a penny. So, just learning the machine, but it's doing what I think it should. Nice 24-25 signal. Probably a dime. Lots of black sand, which is another great test for this machine. I think I see the edge of it. Apparently not. But anyway, the black sand is a great test for this machine because a lot of machines will go crazy in black sand. And this one's very stable. Copper penny, not a dime, but you know what? That's what a copper penny should read. Low 20s, mid 20s sometimes. All right. Nice 21 target. Out in the surf. What little surf there is anyway. It's really calm tonight. It's pretty nice. Another penny. Copper penny. Nice solid 14. Not very deep, about 4 inches deep from what it says. I'm really impressed with how solid this machine is for the money. It's impressive. Especially in the saltwater. I can't say that enough. It's just hard to find a good machine for this kind of money that'll do a good job out in saltwater. Pull tab, as kind of expected, it was a 14. So, all right. Hopping around 10 to 12. The tone ID is kind of hard to get used to. Tone sounds so different from 10 to 12, but it's not that far off. I'm going to go up here just in case it's something amazing. You never know in La Jolla. Found some incredible stuff in La Jolla. Even though it is out or over hunted, it has produced some amazing jewelry. Alright, looks like just a piece of bonfire aluminum. Pretty steady 6, 7, 8 target, reading kind of deep. Obviously not as deep as it read. Ooh, that's something shiny now, isn't it? That is a chain that's all wadded up. It's hard to tell with the sand as shiny as it is, but that is a chain. Very cool. I'm going to blow on it really quick. Alright, there's the clasp. It's been in there a while, but it's freeing up, which tells me we might have something silver. It's got a nice clasp on it. I hope I can find the rest of that chain. That'd be nice. I'll take a look a little later. I think we got a silver piece of a necklace. Alright. This tone's hanging out in the teens, but then it jumps up to 30. Bottle cap, I'm guessing. Oh, there's my hole. Alright. Bottle cap, okay. So that's consistent with coronavirus. It's everywhere. But that's consistent with the readings you'd get from an Equinox. So, I won't dig any more of those tonight. Rock solid 25-26. I didn't check the depth. It only says 2 to 4 inches. Look at that black sand. It's crazy. Real common at La Jolla. That and trash. One of the richest beaches in San Diego, and there's a ton of trash. I'm convinced most of it's from boats, though. Alright. It's a dime. Kind of a crusty one. First dime of the night. Numbers are hopping all over the place, but they're staying low. Let's see what happens. Try this pinpoint. Oh no, that's kind of weird. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is a ring. And that thing hopped all over the place. But it's, again, like I said, it stayed low. It's very heavy. Alright. And I see some writing. I see stainless steel. It's got some lettering and stuff on it, and then it says steel. Man, I can't get away from these stainless steels. I am on a gold dry spell of probably 3 months since I found something gold. One of the longest spells I've ever had. So, it's a ring though. I'm not complaining. It's cool to find a ring. And you know what? I found a ring with the Vanquish. First night out. That's not so bad. Alright. A deep 22-23 when I'm over the center of the target. The arrows are maxed out, so pretty deep apparently. Still in there. 25, 26 out of the hole. That was down there pretty good. That was three hardcore scoops. And it looks like a dime. Yeah, it's a dime. That was way the heck down there. That's impressive. In the black sand. And it read low to mid 20s. Low 20s initially, mid 20s when I got it out of the ground. So that thing was probably 1.5 feet deep, at least. So, I like this Vanquish. It's pretty cool. .22, .23, again, very similar to that last really deep dime. Let's see if we got another one. Now it's actually reading a little higher. Saw 32 when I glanced at the screen really quick. Now it's reading 25, 26 out of the hole. Yeah, another deep dime. Not as deep as that last one, but still pretty good. Alright, San Diego fun fact. If you go to La Jolla Shores and you walk to the very far south part of the beach where you can't walk anymore, and you see this incredible house, that is Dr. Seuss's house. Well, it was, because he died 4 or 5 years ago, maybe more, maybe less. But anyhow, that is Dr. Seuss's house, and I guess in a way we all own a small piece of that, right? San Diego fun fact. Alright, I'm all set for my tailgate wrap-up. Again, tonight's adventure was just to test out my new Vanquish 540. And I bang for the buck, this thing is incredible. It really is. It's a turn it on and go type machine. I did not research any of the in-depth functionality of it. I know you can discriminate certain targets and you can do some custom programming to it. But for the most part, there's 4 different settings you can use. Turn it on and go. For the money, I don't think you can find a comparable machine that can do the salt water like this one did. It was really impressive. The depth was really good. A couple of these dimes were way down there. So the ring and the necklace that I found, the ring's definitely stainless steel. The necklace, there's a marking, but I can't quite make out what it is. But being that there's some rust around that ring, I don't think it's silver. But it's still, you know, for the first time out, just finding a ring, that's cool. So no complaints. I think it's a great machine. Again, I bought it for my travel machine just because I travel so much, and if something were to happen to my luggage or my machine, I'd rather it be something less expensive than the Equinox or my Excalibur. So that's the main reason I bought it, but I'll definitely grab it and go have some fun with it quite often, I'm sure. Alright, so I ended up with a Canadian quarter, 3 dimes, 4 pennies. That's it for the coins. Typical trash. A lot of these were dug knowing that they weren't something good, but just trying to feel out the machine to see what it's like. But it basically reads just like the Equinox. So really, really good machine. The ring's in good shape. Another stainless to add to my stainless pile. But no complaints. I mean, a ring's a ring, and I love finding them. It's really exciting every time. So next week I'm going to be working in Las Vegas. Typically when I work in Vegas, I don't bring my machine. I know there's lots of gold in the deserts of Vegas, and lots of jewelry because there's lots of shallow graves, and I just don't want to find a ring with a hand still attached. So I'd rather not detect while I'm in Vegas. And obviously it's an exciting city, lots to do. So I won't be making a video up there, but maybe I'll get out before I go. Maybe I'll get out once this weekend, but if not, I'll do a video when I return and I get out. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.